Alright, welcome back to our Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. We finished off last episode, we finished off 2.0. We are now into the patches after A Realm Reborn. So this will be all the quests finishing out A Realm Reborn story and leading into Heavensward. And we are already in front of Menphilia, so we are going to start with her. So let's get into it. Actually, we might need that one too, but let's do this one first. Yes, we need accessories. Luckily, all these patch quests, I think, are going to give us the blue accessories that we need. The blue background accessories. Hulk, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Hulk. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports, has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this afternoon. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Alright, she wants us to go talk to the main members of the Scions. We will need this quest, I know for a fact. You won't see me pick up a lot of side quests in this playthrough, but we will need this one. I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I am afraid there is still work to do. The ultimate weapons of destruction, 'twould seem, have served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something. Oh, Yida. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the Ultima Weapons maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more, to thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission? You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urianger has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Yeah, so basically they're trying to summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan again in stronger versions. I think it is actually required to beat these harder versions to move on with the story, so we will do that in time. We're not in a rush to do that. We have a lot of story to go through. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Recall you our meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lemenzins sent word of the summoning of Titan. Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Morroweb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke in short the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lemenzins to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Memphilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Alright, Papalima, what you got? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Yida would enjoy the bribes. Alright, Yida. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalima keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beast man, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. Oh, I guess this is part of the other quest. That despair doth begin with the Amaljah, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. I hate reading Urianger. He speaks in like the old tongue. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations, nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few and our fortunes so finite. Primal Fear. I don't think we need that one. Yeah, we'll pick this one up while we're here. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis, as Urianger said, I fear the Almalja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldessian insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Yeah, I think it's actually required to beat Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan once again in the hard modes, which are eight person content. So we will have to do these, I think. We can always try not to, but I'm pretty sure they will stop us at some point. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along. Alright, Alphanod, what are you going to suggest? Alphanod, Hulk, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Yep, Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home. Alphanod, to cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did, that makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphanod. Dismissive. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. You know, we haven't seen Alizé. I thought she showed back up, but Alizé is like completely gone. Yeah, I thought we were going to see her during a Rome Reborn story, but she never showed back up. This should be the other set of rings that we don't need. What is this? Cooking sherry? Crafting material. We don't need that. We'll sell that. Okay, moving on. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Hulk, pray attend to Alphanod. He is engaged in some business or others and require your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphanod waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flahaman was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flahaman's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate, for whatever reason, rumors have once again began to circulate that Flahaman is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iluid, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress' description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Okay, we are first since we're already in Ul'dah. We'll go. Wait, can I yeah, return. Cost me no money. Private Ridge, we thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit is returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The Primal is to be found in his domain, the Bowl of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zaharak, the Amaljaw stronghold. The Amaljaw have constructed their own Aethernet from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know this from your fellow scions, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is far stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. Yeah, it's just telling us that it's going to be an 8-man. Once again, we are still in Ul'dah territory. It's going to be cheaper to go get this now than it would be later. Where do we gotta go? Little Alamigo? You will also remember that we unlocked flying in the last episode, so getting around should be so much easier now. Wait, there it is, there's the exit. Look at this, flying. And actually, flying in a Realm Reborn is actually a recent addition. We actually had flying in the expansions before we had flying in a Realm Reborn. But flying in the expansions works a little bit different. Man, I forgot this thing was so far back. And you know, we might as well go ahead and queue for it, because we cannot do this with NPCs. Coastal Soul. Oh, sweet Siren of the Sands, my Makote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean, Hulk, what brings you to my humble resort? Flahaman, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? And gods, man, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for the shame to think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West is it? Thank you, Master Gegaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciated if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Yeah, I guess we can go over to Wineport and see what's up. We could actually fly over there, but... Well, if it isn't Hulk, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly. I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand? If she is your query, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Okay, we will go talk to our buddy over here, Shamani Lomani. Or no, is that not who he was talking about? Oh, we have to gain the other information. Okay. Hey, you want to know if I've seen a Makote lass by the name of Flahaman? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Alright, now we have to speak with Shamani Lamani. Oh yeah, flying. I gotta remember I have flying. I see you have had many grand adventures since last we spoke. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago, one does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar, reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. gets stuck on the bridge. Oh no, my controller died. Alright, well that's embarrassing. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Flahaman, I don't... Who are you? Who do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume. Menphilia, or should I say Acilia, is looking for you. Acilia? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is why. Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Menphilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me. More than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forests of Lenosha aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? So I guess we found her, and we are headed back to Wineport. And here we go. And this duty popped, so I guess we'll get knockout Ifrit. I mean, to be all honest, these fights are actually pretty easy with how much gear people have nowadays. These fights really need to be almost rebalanced for how much over-gear, over-leveled people have. I jumped. Oop. One of the healers still had 0 on him. I guess we'll give it to the tank, why not? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Alright, so that's one of the hard primals out of the way. We have to go unlock Garuda and Titan still. I think we're gonna have to go back to Urianger to get those quests, though. This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Once again, these are not rings I need. Actually, I should say I can't even wear them. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Oh, we get teleported back here? That's new. Did not used to get teleported back here. Okay, yeah, this is the next one, Garuda. So Palpalimo is going to tell us about this one. Ah, Hulk, I hear you have triumphed over Ifrit. Of course, this is no less a feat than I would expect of a warrior light, but well done all the same. Now I full had a mind to crack open a bottle of 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep. Garuda, I am afraid to say, has also returned. As you well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Not to dishearten you, but in her latest incarnation, that appetite has become nigh insatiable. In the short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the ether before she can do any more damage. In the meantime, Ida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Adder in their recovery effort. When you previously faced Garuda, 'twas the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. Well, that storm is as a spring breeze beside what she has raised this time. No airship could hope to penetrate it. And so we must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder chanced to discover a Beastman Aetheryte leading to the Howling Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and have words with Commander Huloi. He will be able to tell you about the said Aetheryte among other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a formidable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. Alright, we will do that after finishing this quest, and possibly picking up the next one. Yep, this is the right door. Antecedent, you have a guest. Laman? Acilia. So that's Minfilia's adoptive mother. I haven't seen her like this in years, Holt. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Calcetia perfume? You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Hulk, however. I could not have made it without him. We had to fight one Gubu. We'll be okay. Thank you, Hulk. Thank you both. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Laman who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know how to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. Actually, Thancred was there when her father died. That's part of 1.0's story. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Laman as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Cilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed and made me so proud that the words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Acilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. You built it once, Acilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Yeah. Alphanod, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students about Decian. Preparations begin at once. Yeah, we need that. Yeah, we definitely need that choker. Laying the foundation. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support. Sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Alphanod, right on time. Really, Alphanod, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am, nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphanod, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Hulk, are you not? Yeah, that's me. May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? Slaffmorn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer would still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. All by myself in the storeroom. Minfilia. Oh, Hulk, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphanod has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. You're here, good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And? Yeah, what are they? Our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Taru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Raban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Are you sure that is wise, antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. While obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. Yeah, me. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us, we who have felled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them as we have time and again, united as one. There must be some way I can. Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Flahamed to teach me the basics of mining too. Oh, Tataru. He's always trying to pick up a hobby. Alright, Minfilia. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphanaut, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slafborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well. Okay, let's go to the Adder's Nest and get this unlocked. Yeah, that was the right direction. Ah, Hulk of the Scions, we are grateful for your aid. As you all will already know, the accursed Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. Since her return, she has wasted no time unleashing her fury upon the region. Extensive damage has been reported in both the Twelveswood and Korthos. She must be stopped, and soon, lest more lives be lost. In the name of the Elder Seedseer, I humbly request you put an end to her reign of terror. As in the past, Garuda keeps her court within the Howling Eye, which is perpetually protected by a raging tempest. Fortunately, we have learned of an alternate way into her domain. The Ixal have constructed an aetheryte within Natalan, their stronghold in the central highlands of Korthos. This aetheryte will take you to Garuda's tempestuous realm. We owe this discovery to the Ishgardians, who the Elder Seedseer says desired to repay the kindness you showed them. For the sake of our people as well as theirs, may your mission be met with success. Okay, so we have to go to Camp Dragonhead and attune to the Natalan aetheryte. And then, just like before, we're just going to go ahead and queue up for that. I think there's actually... okay, no, we can actually go over. Can't go too much higher, but... flying. Gotta love it. There's the crystal all the way in the back. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and queue for this because we have to do it with people. Average item level 52. Yeah, we're way above that. Okay, so on to... Nope. Revenant's Toll. Okay, yeah, we actually have to talk to that guy too. I was told to expect a scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Hulk. You have something for me, yes? Yep, sealed documents, apparently. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You will be staying with us for a while, yes? With that, we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. Haha, I jest. Yeah, Joker. It's possibly a primal. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. Ha, but I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Oh, Tataru. Is that you, Hulk? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. We received grim tidings from Gridania. It would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? No, I gotta go back to the Waking Sands. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Pray, return any time after you've seen to your more pressing matters. Man, I don't want to start... This is the quest, right? Yeah, that's another quest. That's a required quest to get through this. Back to the Waking Sands, yeah. Oh my god, I couldn't think of where we were going. A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Well, we already knew that. Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud. Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. Looks like we're waiting on healers. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Well, we're not going to go any further because we would end up having to skip the cutscene. So, we'll do this. people in the chat are something else sometimes. I don't remember. Because Garuda actually has two sisters in the lore. Did she summon them here? Yeah, actually. No? Oh, yeah. We will give it to the ghost healer. Alright, good, that's knocked out too. Alright, back to this cutscene. I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Hulk. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago, though I had hoped the Moogle's guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Halloy. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Oh man, I should have. Pray, hasten to Gridania, Hulk. Yda and Papalima will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Yes, we gotta go back to Gridania. Is the Titan quest unlocked? That should be what, Y'shtola? Yeah, for Lenosha. In a Titan spot. Yep. So both Ifrit and Garuda are now vanquished by your hands. Truly, you have earned yourself a rest. Would that you had the luxury of time to enjoy it. It pains me to say that Titan has also returned, and with a vengeance. As was the case with his primal brethren, he has grown stronger than he was before. When I went about my investigation, all indications suggested that the kobolds were nowhere near ready to resume their summoning rites. But it turns out they were deceiving us. I should have known better. The kobold subterranean domain runs deep, and they can easily hoard crystals with our being none the wiser, and a vast hoard it must have been. Till now, Garuda was the most powerful among the three recently active primals, but according to our latest readings, Titan has usurped that honor. A primal's might is determined by two factors, the amount of crystals it has gorged upon and the fervor of its believers. I would like nothing more than to measure precisely how strong the Lord of Crags has become, but I fear the time for such prudence has run out. We have already received an official request for assistance from the Maelstrom, and as you might expect, it is addressed to you. For your previous encounter with Titan, you traveled to his Demazin by way of the Aetheryte first discovered by the Company of Heroes. Sad to say, this Aetheryte no longer seems to respond. But do not despair, for the Maelstrom has reportedly found another in its place. You will want to speak with Commander Riki at Maelstrom Command for the details. I cannot stress this enough, but Titan has grown fearsome strong. See to it you spare no preparation. We will go to the Adder's Nest first, so we can finish up. Actually, we probably should have just gone to Maelstrom. But we're already here, so we'll finish this quest and pick up the next one, then go over to Maelstrom. A pleasure to see you as always. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Yeah. So we'll pick up the next quest. Hail to the King Kupo. These are bracelets that I don't need. Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplo Kop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seedseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Alright, well, we will go to the Lotus Stand then. Actually, it's right through here. We don't need to go run all the way over to an Aetheryte. Yep. The other Scions have already arrived. May I show you in? Yep. I like the look of the Lotus Stand. I think it looks really neat. I mean, it's really simple, but I like it. Connie Senna. Please, you have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle no, firm thrashing is in order, yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo Kop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful am I that you have come, Hulk, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Kop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moogle the 12th has returned to Eorzea. A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literal endless supply of wine. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Mughals. So good King Mughal XII, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of men would suffice, he said, so all the Mughals should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down, but good King Mughal XII, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Mughals came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Mughal XII. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that Mughal-kind might at last know peace. Except that he has not remained in the heavens from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? The problem, Yida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Mughal XII is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes and the summoning of their gods. Wait, you're saying a handful of Mughals with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they would even try. With Garuda humbled and the ultimate weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Eorzea has been brought unto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Mughals Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes come that what may. I assure you, the Mughals Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Mughal XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they've started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a manner similar to that of a primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he poses a threat not only to Mughal kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, halt, confront good King Mughal XII and drive him from our midst. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Mughals Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Ish Sumi Yan of the Conjurers Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. He is also right outside the door, so we will go talk to him. I need to get this Titan knocked out, though. Where am I going? Where am I going? What am I doing here? Yeah, I need to go down that pathway. Yeah, that one. Stillglade Fane. This is where you pick up the Conjurer and White Mage class. Welcome, Hulk, welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mughal XII is of great comfort, to me and to the elementals both. As I am sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Money. Night in Amdapor. Nope, that's a dungeon we don't need. You have selected Regicide. Yep, that's the quest. The wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the selfsame method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the Guardian who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplokop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals themselves, yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the King's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kuplokop's keystones, Hulk. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at West Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. Yeah, he is still here. West Shore Pier is over by the Lancers Guild, if I remember correct. Yeah. Alright, Kuplokop, we need these keystones. So how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that? Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Do I actually have to go through the ferry skipper? No, but I will have to fly over there. Okay, let's go to Limsa, because I want to get this Titan knocked out, or hopefully get knocked out in this video. And then we will only have to worry about a lot of story and not some random side quest stuff. Aft Castle. What do you got? Oh, no. Okay, I know what that is. That's unlocking kobolds as a beast tribe to actually do missions for. Hulk of the Scions, your presence is most welcome. I'm chagrined that we must turn to you again to lay Titan low. No doubt this is yesterday's news to you, but the Lord of Crags has returned more ferocious and formidable than he was before. We cannot fathom how the kobolds were able to obtain such vast stores of crystals and in so short of time. We will learn the answer in the coming moons, I suspect, but first things first. We need you to vanquish Titan before he and the kobolds have a chance to wreak havoc on Limsa Lominsa. You have felled the primal before, and we believe that you can emerge victorious once more. We've learned of a new aetheryte that will take you to the navel. It's situated deep within Ugarmaro mines. Not the most convenient of locations, admittedly, so you will have to cut yourself a path. Please make all haste. Titan's mere presence emboldens the kobolds, and 'tis only a matter of time before they move in force against us. May the Navigator guide you on your way. Ugarmo Mines is Outer Lenosha, Camp Overlook. I don't know if I've actually been here on camera yet. I did have to come out here for the hunting log. I had to get these grenades. The story does spend some time here, so we'll be able to look around a little bit. That door is locked. We have to go around. I need to go through this door. Thank you. And down this hallway, and down this hallway, and there's the crystal. Alright, so we're going to queue up for the naval hard, so Titan hard mode. And Hawthorne Hut is where we want to teleport to. We have to fly over to this ferry skipper, because that's where the quest starts. If we'd have used the ferry skipper in the town, it would have taken us right over there, but we needed to go to Limsa first. I mean, I guess we didn't need to, but I wanted to... Oh, cutscene. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. This is Kupta Kappa. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us, by consorting with this Lalafell. Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his kinsmoogles, he plots treason against the crown. Enough, Kuplokop will... Oh, enough. Kuplokop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Mooglmog XII. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. They're so much bigger than Kuplokop. The king is planning to purge the Twelveswood of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. The entrance to Thornmarch is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, the Moogle's Guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me. Oh, this is an escort mission, so he's just going to move along, and we have to kill anything that tries to attack him. Oh. Oh, I guess he's going to follow us. I thought he would move. No, stay over there. In case something has like a front cone attack. I don't want you getting hit. Where are you? There you are. Keep up if I have to lead the way. Malevolent squirrels. That would be kind of interesting. Somebody spawned behind us, I saw it. Shock spikes. Now they're throwing warbles at me. Kill this guy. Man, we might actually have to start over. I don't know if it'll stay right there or not. I'm only skipping the cutscene because it's the exact same cutscene from when we saw Titan earlier. And in these 8-man part. Why would you provoke? It is customary to let whatever tank has the most HP be main tank. Why, dude? Bro. I'm not gonna fight you for it. Dude, if you want it, you have it. Why are you invoking? Killing me. God, you're killing me. That was pretty bad. That other tank, I don't know. He had a sprout icon. Maybe he was new. That is definitely not the way to do that. Oh man, we gotta go back. We can fly over this stuff. Alright, either way, that's taken care of, so that's good. All three of those fights are out of the way, so that's one of the mandatory side quests done. Yep. There is one more series. I say series. Yeah, it's a series of quests. It's the best way to describe it. That is mandatory for us to move on, which we will pick up in a little bit. It's that. We already looked at him. It's the guy in Mordona. Oh, come on. I didn't leave you. Come on. There you go. Oh, wrong button. Oh, he's got paralysis from getting hit by that bad breath. And he's blinded, but that doesn't matter. Come on. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Nope. We made it. Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus like when you attune to an aetheryte, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Alright, well, we are going to sign up for Thorn March, because we can't do anything else. We have to do that to go forward, so I guess we'll go to Mordona and pick up that other side quest. Outlandish man. Oh, never mind. Well, we will come back to this. That was quick. Come on, DPS. Alright, we will not skip this one because we have not seen this yet. This fight's different. This is not the original Moogamog fight. This is neat. Oh my god. The other tank was supposed to stack with me with that. He didn't. He ran out at the last second. Luckily, I invulned. That was a double tank buster. Alright, another easy fight down. You did it, Kupo. You did it. Good King Mugglemog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puckney Pack that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Ryo at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Oh yeah, Camp Tranquil is where you do all of your white mage, your higher up white mage quests. And that's who we have to go talk to real quick. Camp Tranquil. Oh yeah, we have flying. I gotta remember we have flying. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mugglemog the 12th, may his magnificent virtues serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and I sense Ryo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. On the properties of primals. Your bravery in service to the Twelves Wood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Okay, we gotta go back to the Lotus Stand. Gridania. May I show you in? Yep. Because we want to see the Elder Seed Seer. Hulk, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Well, you see, this big Moogle came down from nowhere. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. And mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the 4 winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means, Asians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupo. They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all, how many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear, so long as there are paragons, that's another word for Asians, so long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. Yeah. My heartfelt thanks, Hulk. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. Connie sent us. She is one of the nicest characters in here. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and apprise the antecedent of all that has transpired. We can do that, but we really need to start the other mandatory side quest, which is that one that I tried to start before the queue popped. Yeah, because this one is also a mandatory side quest that we have to finish before we can actually move into Heaven's Ward. It actually stops you in the main story. It won't even give you more main story quests until you do this one. So, let's at least start it. Do I know you? Unless I am very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Hulkridge himself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have feigned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambrose at St. Coinox Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Alright, we'll go speak with Rambrose. Ah, flying is so nice. God, I miss flying. Why, if it isn't Hulkridge himself, I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb? Well, the opportunity spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeological endeavor. Oh, geographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Yeah, sure, why not? I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first. Hulk, I thought that was you. Oh, somebody's yelling at me. Oh, Sid. What brings you to St. Quinox? Don't tell me the Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No. Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Glad to have you aboard, Hulk. You don't have the faintest idea what you're volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Koinok are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the ultimate weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Tol Scava simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Yeah, ancient Allag, the ancient civilization that came before us. Now, to the core of the matter, here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allegan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the ultimate weapon and the lesser moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground, but like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. Ah yes, the Crystal Tower. It's a pretty good shot of Midgard Somer in the back. The dragon. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues carved into the likeness of a giant swordsman. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Oh yeah, this is something we really needed to start, because this has fates. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are all ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, but I can think of no finer man for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I have said exactly like the specimens they use. Oh man, I might have to go steal crystals from the beast tribes. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray, make for Lenosha, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Ugarmo mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastman's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Alright, actually, we're gonna talk to you since I'm standing right here. And then we are actually gonna go do this first part of this quest. Just because I know if you put this off for too long, it actually takes a while to get through, so we will end up waiting around doing nothing, or I will end up waiting around. I would probably cut out the waiting time. Oh, that's right. They changed this too. Okay, so for this, back in the day, you actually had to wait for a very specific fate to spawn, one of those open world encounters, and you had to get a gold medal on the fate, and then you would get the crystal. Wow, this is way easier nowadays. Come on. There we go. Yeah, and those fates, they could, if they weren't already popped when you got there, it could be upwards of 45 minutes to an hour waiting around, waiting for this fate to spawn. It's probably a good thing that they changed it, because that was really obnoxious back in the day. And Destination 2. We're not going to let you do that again. Alright, so we got 2 out of the 4 crystals. What are the other 2? We got the kobolds, we got the Sahagin. We'll have to do the Amalja and what, the Ixal? How progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastman strongholds? We got 2 of them. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is outstanding, or astounding. You have done well, Hulk. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja and Thanalan, the latter in Natalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Korthus. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first 2, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. We will go get Natalan's first, and then we will go get the Amaljas, and then we will go talk to Minfilia. Yeah, there's actually a roof in A Realm Reborn. There's a roof in the expansions too, but it's a lot higher than A Realm Reborn's. A Realm Reborn's roof is ridiculously low. Oh, I don't have my Chocobo out. I should have him out while I'm fighting all this stuff out in the open. Oh yeah, man, this is way easier. Thanalan, Little Alamigo is the closest. Actually, I think they're both about the same distance with flying. Yeah. They're pretty close. I think Little Alamigo's a little bit closer. Alright, 4th and final crystal. Oh, you're a mage. Alright, let's go talk to Minfilia. Actually, we have teleports for Vesper Bay. So, let's do that. We'll go talk to Minfilia. Minfilia, I've come to report that we beat Moogle the 12th. It is good to see you hale and healthy, Hulk. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felled good King Moogle the 12th, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So It was, as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks. Why? Why do we get that as a reward? Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. We haven't even seen her. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. We haven't seen Alize since... oh god, way back in the beginning. When we were first going around the city-states, if I remember correct. She like walked off and that was the last time we saw her. Thou art ever welcome, Hulk, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave, unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned into the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Sigh. Be not offended, Hulk. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo with which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Is this Alize coming back into the picture? Ah! Whence came that cry? The solar. 12 for Finn, the antecedent. Need to go check out why Minfilia is screaming. Hulk, you must... Tell me, Louis would you have done the same? Louis Levier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian gleamed all in white. An Ascian here, how? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Brea. La Brea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You, what are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. Yeah, Tataru doesn't have the echo. Actually, I think most of the Scions don't. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me, nothing. The gifts grant you clarity, it grants you focus. With it you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Brea did not think so highly of the echo. La Brea is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be one. For we would be one of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? In time, we'll learn all about him. I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Hulk. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray, attend me, Tataru. Okay, we're on an Asian hunt. We're gonna find the man in the white robe. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Now, we're in the open world. I might as well call my chocobo. Come on, Asian, talk to me. Oh, chocobo hit rank 6. They were easier than the gargoyles. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again. as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Yep, Elidibus. Little stubby wings on the chocobos. Alright, we found him, Menphilia. He wanted to test us. Thank the gods you've returned. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon, he was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus pretend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Build on the stone. Let us set aside the matter of this Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. It's all you have left and you're giving it away? I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon my honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Hulk, this is Menphilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Oh man, Menphilia, we got that a long time ago. Primal Nature. Fear. Primal Awakening. The King Lives. I think that's the extreme version. I don't think we need any of those quests. If we do, I guess we'll come back and get them, but I don't remember anything else being mandatory. Off to Revenant's Toll. We also have to go talk to Rambros, because we have the last two crystals. Tataru. Oh, Hulk, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Revenant's Toll is populated mostly by adventurers, which means, as you might expect, that there's quite a bit of coming and going. Emphasis on the coming, at least of late. What with the investigation of the Crystal Tower hitting full stride. I've lost track of how many fortune seekers and scholars have shown up in the past few days alone, hoping to unearth ancient secrets. I don't suppose the tower's piqued your interest as well. Oh yeah, we're already working on the tower. You've already offered your aid to the effort, you say. You certainly move quickly, my friend. If I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. Alas, I'll have to settle for hearing the tales of all you've seen upon your return. Be safe in there, yes? Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Oh wow, it stops us here? No. No way, that's so soon. Let's see if we can complete this. If not, then we will have to do the tower. I thought we had more time. Well, it is certainly spacious. Louis Swaz staff. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. A moment of your time, I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, no, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Aldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must, Urianger. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Ochre, or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I just kind of smiled and nodded. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Kryl, where are you? We haven't met Kryl yet. We've only heard the name. Your intercession was not foretold. I love these scenes between the Ascians. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. Alright, before we move on, we're already getting the warning that we need to do the Crystal Tower. I thought we had more time, but apparently we need to rush it at least a little bit. So I guess we're going to work on that and get through the first part of it. Hulk, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastmen? Oh yeah. They were easy. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey. What the hell just happened? On our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished, a process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely aether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmith Guild in Ul'dah seemed like the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no aether sand was currently available, though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in. I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of aether sand we require. Wait, is this the part with the fates? Did they not get rid of the fates? Man, I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done this. Goldsmith's Guild. Alright, Serendipity. What you got for me? Ah, Master Ridge, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? We need aether sand. You're here on behalf of the Sons of Saint Koinok. What fortunate timing! I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected aether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jemime over... Ah, I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the aether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Hulk, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Well, now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gill clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the blooming aether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the Allegan civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else, see? Well, I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of aether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation if not by technologically innovating? Well, I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech. Duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the aether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Yeah, this is Ul'dah. It's exactly like that. They are capitalists. All right. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two. Okay, so we have one of the sands. Or don't we yet? Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected aether sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanalan who very occasionally handles the earth-aspected variety of aether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Alright, Blue Fog it is. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale. I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic, but as you asked, my employer, a Lalafellan lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Okay, we gotta go save Wedge. Hiding in a corner. How could I be so stupid, sneaking into a bandit's lair? It's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm going to die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Hulk, is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen aether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen aether sand is right here in my oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the aether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods, you're a true friend. I hope this search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. There it is. Lunatic followers. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Get off the chocobo. Have you had any luck locating the aether sand? Yep, I got it right here. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect aether sand, and you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that aether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets. Yeah, we're going back right now to turn it in. Ah, Hulk, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some aether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Well, I picked up the one that you wanted, plus I got another one. I see, two varieties. Well, that is two more than could reasonably be expected, and two less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the seven hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but aether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Wouldn't say help from Biggs. Biggs was actually trying to steal our Aether Sand that was already gonna be this place's. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damn inventive? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the two remaining varieties of Aether Sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Hulk has won for our cause, if only for a moment. I get to choose? We'll take the money. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the two remaining varieties of Aether Sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsamontret, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where Aether Sand might be bought, it is he. Alright, off to Gridania then. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get these two last ones and call the episode there. Where is it? The Leather Workers Guild? Yeah, that's the closest one. Yes, I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase Aether Sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of Aether Sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Betussed Nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Earth's Gift. We've already been there once. It's off to the side of Quarry Mill. You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no, you will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hoped to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternate source of aether sand with you, the wind touch variety to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. So somebody has stolen it, killed this hog, stolen it out of its stomach, I guess. And now we have to go to the North Shroud to steal it from the Ixal. The other one, the wind aspected. Alright, so this should be the wind. Bravo, that was quite a show, adventure. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of aether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Okay, somebody's watching us. Mocking us, I would almost say. I don't know if that thing is just not attacking us or if he just can't see us. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into aether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. Oh, where am I going? I gotta teleport to Revenant Soul. Oh, man, I was already on the bird. Actually, we can start using our other mounts now that we have flying and stuff. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Yep, got both of them. You've brought both? I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. Yeah, we'll take the silver. There, that should do the trick. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Hulk, here's one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allagan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Of course, Biggs and Wedge tagging along. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Allagan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of imaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged unto the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief, it's, freedom through technology. Exactly, freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allagan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed ours twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned to me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the Aether Sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldessian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. So then our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? That is the name I have chosen for our little collective, given our differing backgrounds. We cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Coinoc, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allagan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Ready. Everybody's ready. Labyrinth of the Ancients. Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Alag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allagan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand, assuming all are in agreement. Let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found to the southeast. Alright, I guess we're gonna go try to pass through those barriers. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs which took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one. Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. Success. I, for one, am convinced, friends. Ready your fangs. This last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. So you're just gonna leave Wedge out, huh? Haha, we did it. And so much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Hulk and a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower. What, without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Hulk here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in his absence. While Hulk and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? Hulk, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me to at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remain intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you. And that is the unlock for Labyrinth of the Ancients. Oof, okay. We do not have time to do this one tonight, so we are going to teleport back to Revenant's Toll. And we will have to take that on in the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time.